Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my March 2020 book haul. So I only bought 10 books this month, which is really small for me. I mean, I spent maybe just a tad more than I planned, but really overall it was really a good month for me. Spending wise, April is not going to be that way because it already started out kind of rough when I did do some online purchasing to help support some local, one local bookstore and another state that I wanted to help out. So I spent a little bit more than I normally would for some books that I'm getting, but they're all books I love, so that's fine. I'll get them. Anyway, so the 10 books I got this month are ones that a couple of them I have read, but most of them are not. I got some from Book Depository, some from Marketplace, and some from Amazon. So the Book Depository ones, the first one I got was Mary Wollstonecraft, A Vindication of the Rights of Women of Woman, and the Vindication of the Rights of Men. And I have wanted to read something by her. Again, she is Mary Shelley's mother, and these are pretty well known. They were published in the 1790s. So again, it's some more 18th century books that were written, and I want to try to read some of that. Again, April is 18th Century April, put on by Erin WithTheClassics. I bought this way before I knew about that, so it's just something I would like to read. I do have a book on her and her daughter Mary Shelley called The Romantic Outlaws, I think, like a biography, or so I would really like to read that, but I kind of think I should read a little bit of her stuff, so I might pick it up and read a little bit this month. You never know. I picked up another 18th century book. This one's been on my wish list for months, and I've been meaning to do this because I've always heard about The Vicar of Wakefield by Oliver Goldsmith, but I've never really read it, and I don't really know what it's about. It just says it's like the rise and fall of the Primrose family, who the vicar is in charge of, I guess, or whatever. So I'm not sure what happens. I don't know. I just know this is a book. It was published in 1766. So again, this is for the 18th century in April, but you could also, I also was just going to read this sometime this year. I was kind of hoping to. Anyway, it's not that long. Actually, it's really, really short. It's about 150 pages with note, and then there's notes after that. So it's not too bad. So hopefully I might get to that. And then I picked up kind of what I'm taking a chance on, but I bought this because of Read German Books, which is being put on by Mel at Mel's Bookland Adventure and Britta Bohler, and at the second shelf. And this is Berlin Finale by Heinz Rhine, and it is translated from the German by Sean Whiteside. So I read London Belongs to Me by Norman Collins, which talked about the early part, or right before the 1939 to 1941, kind of that time period for in England and in London specifically, with a group of people that lived in that area. And then this is kind of different but kind of the same. This is like the end of the war, World War II, but in Berlin, and how the fall of the Nazis and fall of everything is happening. And I don't know, I was intrigued by this. It popped up again when I read the other books, so I've been eyeing it for the last couple months, and so I thought, well, yeah. So I'm gonna try it. I don't know. So we'll see. I don't know a lot about it. It is kind of big, about 650. So we'll see if I get to it this year, but it would be a German book that I could read. I don't know. And then I picked up the last one from Book Depository is Lady of Hay by Barbara Ernstine. So I've heard her name before, and I've just never read anything by her, and I don't know anybody who, I can't think of who I saw talking about one of her books. And I looked at this and another one, I can't remember, but I picked this one because it has to do with a journalist who's looking back on a certain time period and what happened with the Lady of Hay. I'm not sure, in the time of, it looks like King John, so I don't know how far back that is. Anyway, so we'll see. Anyway, but I'm curious to see what happens. This is like 750 pages. But we'll see. Anyway, so historical fiction. So I'm guessing it must be like dual timeline, but it just looked really interesting. And again, I like those kind of things. Then the couple I got from Marketplace is I got the first book in the story of Mary Queen of Scots by Jean Politi. So I got the second one by accident. So this Royal Road to For Thengrinhay, I don't know, is the first book. The second book was The Captive Queen of Scots, which is the one I accidentally bought in February. So I ordered this online and I got a pretty good copy. It actually matches the one I got, even though the picture was different on Amazon when I looked at it, but on because I bought it Marketplace. So it's perfect. It's a really good copy for what I paid. So anyway, I'm hoping to start her books again. This is another pseudonym for Victoria Holt. So again, I love all of her historical fictions for those. So these ones are much more based on the royalty and historical events, while those ones are much more just everyday people, pretty much. So this will be interesting. So I'm hoping to start that series. Other series. And then I also got on Marketplace Rebel Hard, which is one of the books in the Hard Play novels series that follows the Rock Kiss series that she does of contemporary romances in it starts in New Zealand and then part of them go off into the other parts of the world. But this one takes place in New Zealand, and it has to do with two people who are letting their families kind of arrange marriage to them because their families are Indian. So they're a huge culture of that. And so they're both kind of fighting against it, but they're also kind of wanting to try something different because they're very close with their families and they want to have their families be all in there. It's just funny because they meet before their parents set them up, and it's great. I don't know. Anyway, I love Nalini Singh, of course. She's one of my favorite authors. And again, I don't read a lot of contemporaries, but hers I can read. So I had read that 2 or 3 times on my Kindle, and so I finally decided I wanted a physical copy. And then just a few that I got from Amazon. I had some credit from some deal I got by listening to audiobooks. Anyway, so I got A Queen in Hiding by Sarah Kozloff. Anyway, so I did start this. I had it from the library and I read the first 40 pages or so, but I had to return it and I didn't want to keep it out because it was a new book and other people were waiting for it, so I couldn't hold on to it. And I just didn't have time that month. So I think I got this early February and I just didn't have time. I was reading other stuff at the time. So I decided to just let it go. And I had it on my list and it was a good price and I had credit. So I spent it on. So it's a new book in a fantasy series. This starts out, all I know is that it's a young girl and her mother is the queen and something's going to go wrong. But the very beginning, all I read, the girl was young. But at some point she's going to have to fight for, have to go into hiding and then something's going to happen. So I like the writing and the 4 books are coming out, one every month. I think the 4th one is coming out in April. So if I like this, I will buy the rest of them and then try to read them all. But again, I have to start it again. But it's just a good fantasy. I'm hoping to enjoy that because it's all going to be out really soon. So it's a cool one to binge. And then I bought 2 books that I have read before. But I had credit, so I just decided I wanted physical copies. So they're also by another one of my favorite authors, Gail Carriger. These are the novellas that kind of go in between all of her Parasol Protectorates and all her other offshoot books. Romancing the Inventor is definitely comes after the Parasol Protectorate, so that's a cute one. And then Poison or Protect comes after the Finishing School series. So it has to do with one of the characters in that one. So both of these are not my favorite of the novellas, but they're cute and they go with the whole world, and I just wanted to have them because, again, I love them anyway. And I've been wanting to reread this one, and I don't know, me and the ebook recently, just staring at a screen all day at work, and recently it's just been hard for me to read any ebooks. So I had credit, so I spent it on 2 books that I already read and own on ebook, but that was my choice. And then the last one is my pre-order that came in this month. This is Badgered to the Bone by Shelley Lawrenston. So here's my bad. This is a series. This is the book 3. It's a paranormal romance. And I love her books because they're so funny. The Call of Crows series is an awesome series. I really want to reread that right now, and I'm trying to hold myself. But anyway, I got these ones because it has to do with honey badgers and some other shifters. I haven't really looked into it. And the problem is this is book 3. I have all 3 of them. I haven't read any of them. Book 1 is on my TBR to read this year. Of books, you know, I put it out where I could see it, so I'll pick it up. Hasn't happened yet. So anyway, book 3 is out now, and I have it. Anyway, I can't tell you more behind that, except that there's action, adventure, and there's there's romance, but it's really funny. She is a hilarious author. Her characters all do crazy things, and they're all so funny. It's just great. So anyway, that is it. Those are the 10 books that I got this month. So it's pretty good for numbers. Not great, but a lot better than normal, I think. So anyway, have you guys read any of these? Are any of these I think that you think I should pick up sooner rather than later? Let me know. And did you buy any really cool books this year or this month? Sorry, March, last month. Through all these times, I have no idea. I'm just getting through this video to the end. Anyway, so let me know, whatever. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.